Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I have two high-end dupes for you. Been online, found pieces that I love, and I have recreated them for a whole lot less. This video is part of a collaboration. High-end dupes on a budget, and here we are, four ladies ready to give you some dupe inspiration. We have Tammy at the Rustic Willow, Sarah at Can Sarah DIY It, Tammy at Happiness Created, and myself, of course. I will leave links down in my description box to their channels so you can check them out later, and also of course a link to the playlist of this collaboration for more dupe ideas. So stay tuned for all this. For my first DIY, I found this beautiful flower print online, and with the frame they wanted £115 sterling for it, about 137 US dollars. First thing I did, I went online, found a text about tulips, and put it in my computer, copied it, chose a font that I loved, made two columns and printed it out on a sort of nicer piece of paper, a little thicker than the ordinary photocopy paper. And now I will paint my tulip, and on the original we have a purple tulip, and that doesn't fit into my decor, so I will make a dark red one. And I look at the original and try to recreate it somewhat, and here you don't have to bother about any shadowing or something, just plain red for the tulip, and then I go over to the stem and the leaves, just chose a green nuance that I like and just put it on as is, no shadowing. I will do that later with just the black, so it looks kind of flat at the moment, but just wait for it, it will come alive once I start with the black shading. I forgot to mention I'm using just acrylic paint for this. And when I'm happy with the shape of my tulip, I will set it aside to dry. Meanwhile, I will work on the frame. I have thrifted a frame. I will show you right here. It's this one, just €1, about the same in US dollars. And I will paint it to fit into my decor. I will leave that gold edge, but paint the rest in a black satin color, and I applied 2 coats. I don't have a glass to come with it, but I think it will look pretty anyways. I'm back to my print, and now it's time for the black shadowing part. I take just a thin black Sharpie to do that, and I look at the original to somewhat get an idea where they put their shadows. Doesn't need to be exact, and this one will not be, but somewhat get an idea how to do it. Once I'm happy with the result, I will set it aside to dry for a little bit, and then I will go back in with some black acrylic paint just the tiniest bit, and I will dry brush my print. I don't want any streaks, black streaks or anything, just to dull it up a little bit to make it more vintage looking. Time to put everything together, and I just used some old cardboard pieces that I had on hand, cut it to size to fit the frame, and then I will do the same with the print, just cut it to size. If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. I did put in a little bit more of a backing to make it even more sturdy. I had a broken placemat that I just cut to size, and now I'm just taping it into place so it won't move. And then I'm done with this piece. And here it is, sitting amongst other flower prints in my living area. I think it turned out beautiful. I'm happy with the result. What do you think? And now on to a comparison. $137 US versus mine for an estimated $3. For my second dupe, I found this wall clock online, and I love it. 89 euros they want for it, just a little bit more in US dollars. And I have been gifted this metal piece. You can use it standing, but you can also attach it as a wall piece, and I will use that for my clock. And I found this old wood board in the garage, and with old nails and everything in it. I will cut those away. And then I have this clock mechanism that I bought from Amazon. I paid 13 euros for 2 sets and 5 sets of clock hands, so estimated like 5 euros for the parts I'm going to use today. I just mark it where I need to cut it. I do it with my miter saw, and here it is. And then I found the very center of my wood board. Now I'm drilling a hole big enough to fit that center of the clock mechanism. And here is the clock mechanism that I have, and that centerpiece goes into that hole I just drilled. And then I need to insert that in the center right there, and then mark it, because this wood board is too thick. I need to carve out quite a lot actually, because that center of the clock mechanism that I have was not very tall, so I need to take away a lot of wood in order for it to fit. So I take my chisel and my hammer. I have already made 2 cuts where I marked earlier the size of the clock mechanism, and now I'm chiseling away what I don't need in order for my clock mechanism to fit. I already had a clock mechanism on hand, so that's why I need to take away so much. If you want to recreate this piece, I urge you to search for a clock mechanism with the center long enough so you don't have to work so hard, take so much away. You can see right here in comparison there are better ones for this project. But I'm stubborn, I take what I have on hand and I work with it. And I had to go back and forth plenty of times to try it out and do a little bit more, back and forth, back and forth. Finally, I have the size that I need for it to fit, and it's quite thin. I thought I was going to break it, but I didn't. And now on to my electric sander, and I'm sanding off the piece, back, front, edges, everything, to get it nice and smooth. And when I'm happy with the result, I take my go-to natural oak stain, give it a nice coat. It's already oak, I believe, but anyway, just to freshen it up a bit. Looks good, doesn't it? Now for the numbers 6 and 12. I will just paint them on. If you see the original, you can see that it's thin metal pieces, I guess. But I will paint my numbers on, try to recreate them best as I can. So I'm just taking a pencil and just sketch them out, so I have the right size and everything. And then I will go in with a thin black Sharpie and outline my numbers. And once that is done, I will take a thin paintbrush and some black acrylic paint and just paint my numbers, and I applied 2 coats. Time to attach the wooden piece to this metal frame, and I have my hubby here helping me. We need more than 2 hands, so we're drilling a hole in the base, and from the underside of the piece we will just put in a screw. I'm holding it in place and hubby is attaching it like so. And then we go to the top, and there I will put a big staple, wire staple, I think you call it, something like that. We just make pilot holes, and we had to go bigger on the drill bit because we want the staple to fit snugly but not too tight, so it will split the wood when we hammer it in place. So we had to go bigger and bigger until we had holes just big enough, and then we just hammer it in place and it sits beautifully there. But it was clear metal color that I didn't like, so I'm touching it up with some black acrylic to make it blend in with the rest of the metal. On the bottom of my piece I will put some pads in case I want it to stand, but I think I want it on the wall. And then I take my clock hands that came with the clock mechanism, and I just put them in place. Start off with all of them at 12 o'clock in order for them to work properly, and then I will put the battery in place. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. It will help my channel to grow, and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. My aim is to upload 1 or 2 videos per week. Now I'm just setting the time, and we will see if it works. And it does. Looking beautiful. But I forgot something. I should have done that before I put the clock hands on, but I have to work with it. I forgot to put on a coat of my satin finish varnish, just the one coat. So I took out the battery again and just worked my way around the clock. And it worked. It would have been easier without the clock hands, of course. But you learn. And here it is. Looking beautiful, I think. I am so happy with the result. I think I will put it on the wall in our spa. I haven't decided yet, but it will come to good use, that's for sure. So tell me, what did you think of my dupes today? Did you have a favorite? The clock or the flower print? Let me know in the comments. And now a final comparison. $94 for the one I found online and around $5 for mine. If you want more dupe inspiration straight away, head on over to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this collaboration. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.